I met her on a rainy Thursday, sitting alone in a coffee shop, staring at her cup as if it was hiding the answer to her life. She wasn't crying, but there was something in her eyes, a quiet storm. When I asked if she was okay, she smiled, but it wasn't the kind of smile you believe. That's when I realized she wasn't sad because of something that happened. She was sad because of something that never happened. And here's the thing. There are millions of women walking around with that same invisible weight. They don't talk about it, but you can feel it in the way their laughter fades too quickly or how their gaze lingers on nothing. They're not broken. They're not cold. They're sexually frustrated, and they don't even know it. Let's talk about what that really means. What sexual frustration really means. Most people think sexual frustration is just about not having enough intimacy, but psychology paints a deeper picture. It's the psychological gap between what you desire and what you actually experience. And when that gap stays wide for too long, the mind reacts. She told me, I feel irritated for no reason, like my body is restless, but I can't explain why. That's a classic sign. Frustration can show up as mood swings, irritability, sleepless nights, even physical tension in your shoulders and jaw. Dr. Leon Festinger's theory of cognitive dissonance explains it. When your needs and reality don't match, your mind lives in constant quiet conflict. And here's the myth. It's not always about how often it happens. Sometimes you can be in a relationship, physically present with someone, yet still feel an ocean of distance. Because sexual fulfillment isn't just about the body. It's about emotional connection, safety, and being seen. Common causes in women. For some women, frustration grows silently inside a relationship. Maybe it's the communication gap, one partner assuming the other is fine, while needs go unspoken. For others, it's the weight of life itself. The endless cycle of work, bills, responsibilities, leaves no space for desire to breathe. I'm too tired for this tonight, maybe tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into months. Then there are biological shifts, hormonal changes after childbirth, menopause, or even stress-induced hormone imbalances. Research shows that high cortisol, the stress hormone, suppresses libido, making the body less responsive, even when the mind wants connection. The emotional toll of ignoring it. Here's the dangerous part. When sexual frustration is left unspoken, it seeps into everything. Self-esteem starts to crack. You start asking yourself, is something wrong with me? Or worse, am I no longer attractive? A study in the Journal of Sex Research found that unresolved sexual dissatisfaction is strongly linked to symptoms of anxiety and depression. It's not just about intimacy, it's about identity, validation, and feeling alive. And the truth? The longer you ignore it, the harder it becomes to even remember what real connection felt like. Healthy ways to address sexual frustration. Here's the light in the story. Frustration is not a life sentence. The first step is honesty, with yourself and with your partner if you have one. Say the uncomfortable things, not to blame, but to be understood. Next, self-care isn't selfish. Exercise, meditation, hobbies, anything that reconnects you to your own body. Sometimes it's not just about the relationship. It's about you rediscovering your own desires. And yes, there are times when professional help, a therapist, a doctor, or sex therapist, can open doors you didn't even know existed. Breaking the taboo. Around female sexual needs. We live in a world where women are told to not talk about this, to stay quiet, to pretend it doesn't matter. But psychology tells us the opposite. Suppressing natural needs doesn't make them disappear. It turns them into quiet poison. Imagine a world where women could say, I need more intimacy, without being judged, where desire wasn't labeled as shameful, but as a sign of being human. The truth? There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel alive. So, are you living with that quiet storm inside you? Are you carrying a weight you've never put into words? If this spoke to you, don't let it fade into just another video you watched. Reflect, speak. Take one small step toward the connection you deserve, because life's too short to feel untouched in the ways that matter most. Subscribe, because some truths are too important to be left unspoken.